What's up, everybody? I'm Josh Meek, the Uber Geek. Welcome to Pretty Dece, your daily entertainment and pop culture show. In the world of video games today, we've got a couple interesting pieces of news revolving around Nintendo. The first piece of news focuses on Mario Kart, which is definitely one of my favorite Nintendo series. I've put a ton of time into all the various Mario Kart games. They're always super solid, super fun. Anyone can sit down and have a great time at Mario Kart. And honestly, they're pretty pick up and play. There's definitely a high skill ceiling at Mario Kart, but they have a very broad appeal because when you get right down to it, most people know how to drive an electronic car around a track, even if they can't do it incredibly well. So all of that being said, that makes this piece of news very relevant because Nintendo is bringing Mario Kart to the smartphone, really handing the game out to the masses. This game is going to be called Mario Kart Tour, and we know that it'll be out sometime before March 2019. So really massive release window there. We don't really know anything else about the game, unfortunately, just that it is going to be a Mario Kart game, that in the announcement they called it an application, and that this is the kind of continuation of their line of mobile games where they bring some of their most popular properties over to the smartphone platforms, Android and iOS. We've seen them bring Fire Emblem over. We've seen them bring Mario over in an endless runner format or level-based runner format. We've seen an Animal Crossing game, and in my opinion, I think they've had some varying success in terms of quality with those games. I think that the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp game is a really great sort of representation of Animal Crossing on phones. Of course, you do have a lot of free-to-play stuff built in with currencies and stuff, but for the most part, that's an Animal Crossing game, and it does a really good job of being an Animal Crossing game. Super Mario Run, on the other hand, is maybe not quite a Super Mario game. It leaves a lot to be desired, though a lot of people did really still enjoy that game. Fire Emblem, of course, a lot of people like it. I think it is maybe a bit more brutal in the free-to-play aspect, but, I think that one was maybe a very successful transfer over as well. So one can expect that this game will be a decent approximation of Mario Kart with a lot of the free-to-play aspects built in. So you can imagine that you have to earn coins to then buy your different racers, your different carts, your different tires, all of your different customization options. And these are probably things that you can use with in-game currency that you earn, or with currency that you spend real money on to buy. That is the type of game they're making. So if that's not appealing to you, if you'd rather just play regular Mario Kart, that's still available on the Switch. But if you're down for a game like that, then I am super excited to get my hands on a real Mario Kart game on the iPhone. I really hope they make it an actual racing game. I'm holding my phone sideways and I'm, tilting to actually race, because that sounds fantastic. That sounds exactly what I need when I'm standing in line, at the bank or something like that. Need to be able to play some Mario Kart. We will hopefully know more about that in the future. They have a long window here where they can kind of wait to talk about that game, but they've announced it now, Mario Kart Tour. The other piece of news focusing on Nintendo is that we finally know Nintendo's Switch's online component is going to be releasing in September. So up till now, they've let you play games for free online on the Switch, and in September, that is unfortunately all changing. So they'll be charging $3.99 per month, or $7.99 for 3 months, or $19.99, $20 for an entire year. That gives you the ability to play games online, so multiplayer matchmaking, and it gives you the ability to use their smartphone app to connect with friends, invite friends to games, and voice chat with friends. That is the piece that I'm certainly not excited about. Obviously, we should, maybe wait and see if they make any improvements, how this thing goes. But for the most part, unloading some important pieces of your online component to a phone app and then still charging me money for it is kind of garbage, in my opinion. I don't want to have to juggle my phone when I am playing a game on the Switch. If I do have to pick up my phone, I'm just going to connect to Discord or any of the other multitude of ways to contact someone, like calling them, for example, on my phone, rather than go through Nintendo's clunky app for the Switch Online. Now, all those issues with that can be fixed to some extent, but the core is going to be you're still going to be using your phone for those things. And I don't know that that's an amazing solution. I really wish Nintendo maybe had kept on the, hey, our online is free as a differentiating factor for them from PS4 and Xbox, but at least it's cheaper. At least it's not $60 a month, at least it is $20. You're also getting a little bit more than just the online gameplay. You're getting their game collection. They don't really know what to call it. They haven't released a ton of details yet about what it's going to be, but you're going to get old Nintendo games, and in their words, updated with online play. I don't know how that's going to work. But so far they've shown examples like Dr. Mario, like Balloon Fight, things like that. So if that's worth it to you, that's some nice added benefit. You get some NES games that you can play. You could envision a scenario down the road where they start giving you Super Nintendo games and so on, but for right now it seems very limited. And we don't know if this works like the PS4 and Xbox system where you add those games to your account and you can play them for as long as you are a subscriber, or if you only have access to those games for a set period of time and they cycle out. We haven't gotten any details about how that's going to work because, frankly, I don't think Nintendo really knows either. So I'm very skeptical about Nintendo's online component. We'll see how it works. Hopefully they iron out some of those kinks before it launches in September. But come September, you will have to pay for online play on your Switch. But more importantly, Mario Kart Tour on smartphones is going to be awesome. So that's going to do it for Pretty Dece for today. Thank you very much for joining me. Like Pretty Dece on Facebook, facebook.com/PrettyDeceShow. Follow me on Twitter @PrettyDeceShow and visit PrettyDeceShow.com. I'll be back tomorrow for another daily episode. In the meantime, make sure you hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel, on the podcast, and inside the Anchor app so you never miss any of the content.